GatoPerro here, back with another video, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I am doing a face review, and in fact, we're going to be doing a collection video today. Something I've been wanting to do for a long time, but it's been very discouraging. You can hear my cat in the background. Discouraging because I feel like a lot of other collectors show off their collections, and they have these huge, sprawling figures of just like modern Marvel Legends, and they're completionists, and it's just like basically $1,000 collection, if not more. And I'm not that guy. I'm not a completionist. I buy what I love and I stick with it. But I watched the Trick Shot 726 video. He did his collection video, and I figured if he can do it, I can do it. And what's the point of having all this set up if I'm not gonna show it off? So let's get to it. Alright, so we go over here. We got these first two black shelves. We got a tall one and a minor size one. And up here I got some boxes. These are mostly wrestling boxes. These are not meant on card. I've opened them and then put them back in. They're like series 1 and 3, Mysterio, Michaels, John Cena, Undertaker, and Brock Lesnar. And Finn Balor. Anyone who doesn't know, I'm a huge wrestling fan, but I guess I don't really get the chance to show it much on this channel. I wish I could, but I don't buy many of their figures. Not because I don't like them, but because a lot of the characters repeat, and if any character was to repeat, I'd rather buy a bunch of Spider-Mans instead. So we go over here. I got a spectacular Spider-Man collection over here. I'm missing mostly the Green Goblin, a Vulture, and the Dr. Octopus, but like the good version of it. I do have a Spider-Man, spectacular Spider-Man figures. I'll show you in a little bit. Over here I got the Sam Raimi verse. I got Venom, Spider-Man. That's a superposable version. Jameson, Doc Ock with his glasses. They're not the original glasses. They're actually from a wrestling figure. I got a Spider-Man up there. Then we go over here and we got the Tom Holland version. We got the homemade suit, the Civil War version, and the Build-A-Figure Vulture. And here's the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man with Lizard, Electro, Spider-Man, and the Amazing Spider-Man from the first and second movie. Alright, get in here, otherwise you won't shut up the whole video. Come on. There you go. There you go. Yeah, it was probably a bad idea to let them in, but try not to knock anything down. And then below that, I guess will be called the villain shelf. Over here, we got a decent sized amount of villains. I feel like I mostly have a bunch of heroes, but I do have like Abomination, the Build-A-Figure Onslaught, Hyperion, Toy Biz, Magneto, the Walmart exclusive Thanos, the Ultron, Marvel Select, Boomerang. We do need a new Doctor Doom. So these are just random figures. I did find that Super Skrull at the comic book store once, and then the Build-A-Figure Green Goblin. So it's not a lot. I do wish I had more. Then over here, we go over to the DC Batman section, although this is mostly like the Arkhamverse. So I got it split over here. I got like the Arkham Knight section. I do need a new Nightwing. I got Red Hood, Robin. That's from a 2-pack with the Joker. Over here we got Arkham Origins Joker with the Arkham City Joker. Batman from Origins. Catwoman, Deathstroke, Scarecrow, Bane, Killer Croc. Over here we kind of got the DC movieverse. I don't have many of them because they kind of started sucking right after the Man of Steel movie. But I did pick up, example, Batman v Superman, Batman, the Man of Steel Superman, General Zod and Fiora. And then over here we got, I guess, the Nolanverse with Bane and Batman and plenty of other cast back there. And below that we got what I don't think many people have nowadays, and that is a Wrestling Jacks collection. So these figures died off in about 2010, 2011 after Mattel got the license for them, and I feel like people haven't really paid much attention to them anymore. But I grew up with Jacks and I collected them, and I still have my original figures. In fact, they're still in pretty good condition. I'll just kind of pan around them. I won't name all of them because I'm pretty sure you guys know all of them. And here we go. I love Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy and The Undertaker are two of my favorites, so they repeat a lot, especially during his Antichrist time in TNA. Over here, Undertaker, Ministry of Darkness is my favorite era for The Undertaker 2. And then down here we got the much bigger figures. These are kind of like 12-inch plus, or even like 9, 10-inch plus. But anyway, over here we got the cloth figures. These were called the, I think they were called the Signature Series. I'm not too sure. They were from a while ago. I did review them. If you guys want to check out any reviews on anything I have in this collection, I do have mostly reviews of them up on my channel. But here we got the 12-inch Spider-Man, the Wisecracking Spectacular Spider-Man, the Disney Store exclusive, the Signature Series, Icons Venom, and some other Venoms in the back that are kind of hard to see. So my younger brother is in photography class, and he had this project where he had to photograph action figures, I guess, or something. And so he basically photographed the Mezco Batman in his classic Dark Knight Returns pose right there in black and white, and that is a Mezco Michael Myers too. So that's pretty cool. And then over here we got something I recently added to my collection. This is the NECA Alley playset, or no, NECA Street Diorama. That's what it was called. This thing is huge. It's about 2 feet wide and then about a foot and a half deep. It's pretty cool. It has 3 levels to it. It has night and daytime. I have wanted to review it, but I don't know. I feel like it already came out in, I think, a TMNT pack already. But up here I got my Daredevils because they didn't have another spot, and I kind of want to use this to like display figures that I probably don't have space on the shelf for. Over here we got a small collection of SH figure arts: Captain America, Iron Man, and Spider-Man. Funny story about this Spider-Man: as soon as I got him out of the box, his leg broke, so I never really got to fully enjoy him. But that's alright. I got plenty of other ones. Over here we got the horror dioramas. We got Freddy Krueger. Ironically, right before I started this video, I had lost his hat for months, but I found it inside one of the lamps I use. Jason Voorhees. There's a new one coming out based on the 2009 reboot, which I'm excited for, along with the Freddy vs. Jason version. And over here we got Pennywise. So over here we got a couple more DC characters, not too many. This is mostly my Justice League. I am missing key characters like Wonder Woman and the Flash. These are all mostly Mattel, not multiverse, what are they called? DC Universe Classics, that's what they were called before. But I like all of these versions of it. I like that Green Arrow. I got my Green Lantern Corps. The Superman, they originally came out with the DC Superheroes line. Pretty cool. Over here we got what I do have of villains. We have a Build-A-Figure or Collect and Connect Anti-Monitor. The reason I like that figure so much is because I don't know if anybody's ever seen the Green Lantern animated series, but I thought that was my first introduction to it, and I thought it was pretty badass. Pretty lame Darkseid. I got him for like $5 on Amazon. Not much. Lex Luthor, Sinestro, and Bizarro. Down here we got something that I don't think many people have, or they do, but I guess it's not really spoken of much. It is the original Fantastic Four movie figures. So back there we got Reed Richards stretching, the Jessica Alba version of Invisible Woman, Captain America as the Human Torch, and the Thing. Right here we got a small X-Men collection. I do wish I had more. Recently the new Beast and then Gambit came out. I do want to get those, but I don't have much luck finding things at retail. So I do have the old Toy Biz Storm and Beast, and as well as the Nightcrawler. The Nightcrawler, when the new one comes out, I don't want to get the new one. I'm perfectly satisfied with this one. Deadpool, Cyclops, Colossus, and of course Wolverine in the front. And then last shelf on the bottom we got the Batman collection. If anybody's around my age, which is about the ages of, let's say 19 or 18 to about 22, then you should know that this is what came on the CW when you came home from school. And of course I watched all the episodes. This was a badass show, you know, back in the day. It still is. And that was my introduction to Batman. I wasn't old enough to watch the animated series, so I watched that. And over here we got the collection of Batman villains. We got this New 52 Batman. That's actually an Icon's Harley Quinn that fits perfectly. Joker, Man-Bat, a Copperhead, Riddler, Two-Face, Deadshot, and that Clayface. And then in the center of everything, I got my 2 favorite posters. I got the Amazing Spider-Man 2 and the Spider-Man Homecoming. I did see a Far From Home poster, but it didn't convince me. It's the one that has his face, and then the what's it called? Like the stickers from Venice and Europe and all those other things. I didn't really like that design too much. But this poster is my favorite of all time. That's a really cool posters. Up here I got some Marvel Selects. I got Spider-Man Venom. Those are those specific Spider-Man figures I was talking about. This one's the most rare one I've ever seen in my life. I'm really happy I have that. There we got some Toy Biz Spider-Man Classics. That's the Battle Damaged and the regular version of it. Down here we just got some boxes. Here we have the Amazing Spider-Man Mayfix edition. This is something I recently added to my collection. And by recently I mean like maybe like a month and a half ago. But I haven't had a chance to review it even though I've really wanted to. I'll do it immediately after this video because I really wanted to open it and I can't because I have an opening box segment to do. So there we go. We got the Homecoming Mayfix, 2 versions of the comic book version of it, and then some Mezco boxes. So over here, there's something I've been anxious to show. It is my custom Michael Myers house, and it is visible on both sides. Most people just do the porch, but I went for the whole house. The whole house. So yeah, the whole thing is made out of balsa wood, popsicle sticks, glue, and just some white spray paints. This project originally started off as just a giant cardboard box because I did work in receiving. So I just took a box and then I started cutting into it, crafting it, and I ended up wasting $100 on materials, but it was totally worth it because you can see Michael Myers right over here looking creepy, and my Mesco Michael Myers too. I'll go ahead and flash some progress pictures and also what it looks like lit up. So last stop on this collection video is the two glass cases. I guess this would be considered my more special figures. So I did get these lights for them just for this video too. So over here we got the Spider-Verse. I hate kind of using that term, but it's just what it is, honestly. I usually just call it my Spider-Man army. So yeah, you know who these characters are. I just got them all over here. So they look pretty cool. I do have maybe Spider-Pig. I do have to get him. I am missing a Ben Reilly. But I got everyone I need and wants and that I like from the comic books. So some of the less desired Spider-Mans are in the background. Pretty excited for the new Big Town Spider-Man figure. I can't believe they're actually remaking that. Over here, we got my Toy Biz Spider-Man villains. I think they're much better than the Hasbro versions, but I don't want to diss on Hasbro. Hasbro's improving. But we got that Venom, Carnage, Electro. A lot of these figures I actually found at the comic book store just one day randomly walking in. Doc Ock, I got lucky finding him. Craven, Sandman, Scorpion. That's actually a Marvel Select Rhino. And Beetle, and Mysterio, and Lizard. I feel like what happens is I find that at my comic book store, people sell off their old collections as soon as like the old stuff, as soon as like new figures come in. Example, this Doc Ock, I found him as soon as the new Marvel Legends Doc Ock came out. Same for Electro and Scorpion. Down here we do have the Hasbro Spider-Man villains. If anybody's wondering how I'm making these things fly up, because it's kind of almost invisible, it really does look like they're flying. They're just using fishing line or fishing wire, and they're just tied up to the ends and then they're hooked around the figure, so that's how they're doing that. So I got the Build-A-Figure Hobgoblin, regular Hobgoblin, Beetle, and you can see over here the Sinister Six. I'm pretty sure you guys know who they are because we're all Spider-Man geeks in here. Down here I have my custom Batman Batcave diorama. This is my first attempt at making any kind of foam diorama, and I think it turned out pretty cool. Yeah, so a lot of this was inspired by a guy named Captain McKay, especially this part right here. This is actually supposed to be where I hang up his weapons, and a lot of the pieces in here are just reused from the old Kenner Batcave, from the multiple releases they had from the movies and from the animated series. This is a pretty amateur display. Basically, I just carved a bunch of like lines and cracks into the foam and then painted it black and then some gray for the quote-unquote details. But it turned out pretty cool. I got this staircase made. Those stairs, there's little beams on the bottom. And he does have a little chair for his back computer right there. And here's Mesco Batman, the gray and blue version. I got the Batman v Superman armored version and then the regular version right there. So then over here we made it to my favorite part of the whole collection. This is, I guess, will be my most prized Spider-Man collection over here. So this display is actually made with two different parts. As you can see, it's that building and then we actually got a rooftop up there, but there's actually separate pieces from completely different years. So this right here in the front is actually a Spider-Man Alley playset that Toy Biz made, while that back top piece is actually a Marvel Select base that came with the Homecoming figure. And they're the exact same color and the same kind of brick pattern. So if you put them together, you can have a small little building display. And on the bottom really is just a Marvel Legends box folded up holding everything. So that creates a really cool illusion. So over here we got the Mayfix Homecoming Spider-Man, web swinging, Amazing Spider-Man 2, looking at his phone, Mesco Spider-Man. This is the Urban Legends version Spider-Man. This is the Snapshot Toy Biz Spider-Man, Marvel Select Amazing Spider-Man. The newest addition to the collection, it is the Mayfix Spider-Man comic book version. The Mesco black suit my girlfriend gave me. I love hers. Thank you very much. And then the Sam Raimi Spider-Man. And then this black suit Spider-Man that won't stand up, so I just got him in here. And then here we got my MCU collection. It's not very much. I'm missing Vision, and I'm missing Scarlet Witch. Did I say the name right? Yeah, Scarlet Witch. I get Scarlett Johansson and those names mixed up. Anyway, so I got the characters in here that I love the most. I got Falcon, that Thanos over here. That's the re-release that came in a 3-pack. Ultron. Thanos and Ultron are two of my favorite MCU villains, even though I don't think many people give Ultron credit. But I don't know. I guess I just liked them a lot in the movie. That's the Giant Man. You guys know who these people are. We got Black Widow, Black Panther. I like that version of Winter Soldier a lot more. I like having his eyes covered. It looks a lot more like the comic books. This is the Captain America that came in the 3-pack Civil War version with Iron Man and Spider-Man. Same for this Iron Man right here. Doctor Strange, Punisher. I did add Daredevil there too. Thor. And then there's extra Mark 6 back there. And Hawkeye. Below that we got the comic book Avengers. I kind of wanted to go for more of a classic version with this, so I tried going with only like classic versions of the characters' costumes. Back there, we got Scarlet Witch and Vision, and then we have the Face-Off Hulk, which I found at the comic book store for about $40, along with Leader, so that was pretty cool. And then we got, I guess that would be Scott Lang version of him. And then we got Spider-Man. That's the first appearance. Spider-Man swinging. Hawkeye, Captain America, Iron Man. I do need a new Iron Man. I kind of want more of a classic looking Iron Man to go with this collection. I can't wait for those 80th anniversary figures though. You got Wolverine, Daredevil, Elektra, I forget some of these names. Nova, that's his name. And actually you can see Moon Knight right back there. The very final part of the collection of this glass case is actually all wrestling figures. This is the Mattel collection. So over here we got a whole bunch of figures. Let me know if any of you guys love wrestling on the bottom of the comment section. So yeah. Also in the comment section, let me know if you guys have an obsessive compulsion to keep boxes for some reason. Not just any box, but I like keeping like really nice looking boxes or anything that I feel like would be special. I don't know why, or that has like really cool artwork. So that's it for the collection. I do have other stuff that I have to show. It's very minor. Just X-Men poster right there and my Infinity War poster. But up here I do have some Men on Card figures that I recently got. If you guys watched my past review and you saw, I mentioned I'm an eBay-aholic now. And these are a lot of the figures that I bought. There will not be Men on Card for long. I'm actually waiting until I got enough time to review them. And I would like for you guys to pick which one you want me to talk about first. Except for that Venom. That Venom's staying in the box. I do have the spare one right over here that's already open, so I don't need to have two of them out. Except for that snapshot. I do want to open that snapshot because mine, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's pretty badly, not sunburned, but it's been, the red's really faded from the sun, basically. So, yeah, you can see you got the Marvel Legends Green Goblin, Classics Hobgoblin, the Snapshot Spider-Man Men on Card, and then, you know, Venom. So, you guys let me know which one you want me to talk about first. Including Venom, but if I review Venom, I'll just show the box and then I'll just review the loose figure over here. On a side note, I do have some other figures that you guys might be thinking I'm missing, but that's actually because they belong to my younger brother. For example, he got the new Marvel Select Venom, Select Iron Spider, Select Iron Man from Infinity War. He's got the 2-pack with Mary Jane, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange. What was it, Disney Store exclusive Thanos and Proxima Midnight, some Fortnite figures. So yeah, I guess you guys thought I wasn't missing anything, because we kind of collect half and half. He collects what he wants, I collect what I want, and what I want I usually put up on the shelf. So that's how that goes. Alright guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Let me know, do I look like what you expected I would look like? I'm actually pretty interested about that, because usually like face reveals I wonder what the voice behind the camera is, you know, like what the guy looks like. I want to know what you guys thought. Thank you guys for watching as always. Thank you for looking at my collection. Hopefully you think it's pretty cool, you know. If you guys want to show me your collection, please shoot the video, give me the link, I'll watch it. Please stay tuned for more reviews and stop motions. I shouldn't say that. Recently I've been pretty busy to do any kind of stop motions. I'll go ahead and come out with that right now. I have had school, I've had work, I've had my personal life, so unfortunately I haven't had time to make many stop motion videos. I will get to it when I can. Trust me, I got plenty of ideas up here. So yeah, reviews is probably what I'm able to do most. If you want me to do any kind of vlogs, anything related to you guys wanting to know anything about me, I'll go ahead and do that. But as always, stay tuned on Gato Perro. Thank you so much for watching.